This telecast presented by authority of Major League Baseball, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Commissioner of Baseball is prohibited. Sellout crowd tonight. It's been sold out for months here. 54,000 in Tiger Stadium. And the scalpers were busy outside 5 or 6 o'clock tonight with people looking for tickets. Doc Ellis, the National League pitcher, will be leading off against Vida Blue. Blue has struck out one, hit a batter, given up one, hit a home run. Ball one to Doc Ellis. Willie Mays on deck at the top of the order, and then Henry Aaron. We're talking about Blue not giving up any home runs, 1-1. He's allowed only one home run every 30 innings this year, which is an outstanding ratio. But he's been tagged tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's his curve. It's high and away, ball 2. 2-1 to Doc Ellis.
Blue is a very smooth delivery. There's some warm-up for the American League. Jim Palmer of the Orioles.
And that's Juan Marichal, Tony, in the National League. Trying to bunt his way on. 2-2 to Doc Ellis.
Blue with a very smooth, rhythmic delivery and style. He gets his whole body, not just his arm, into the delivery of the pitch. See him rock back on that back foot, get a nice easy motion, push off, and get that momentum going forward. And then that slingshot arm coming over very quickly, which is very deceptive to the hitters.
2-2 delivery. Second strikeout for Vida Blue. 1 out in the third, and Willie Mays up. Willie grounded out his first time. Well, they seem to be turning that calendar back out there in the Bay Area. First it was George Bland at the age of 43 in football, and here's Willie Mays at the age of 40 in baseball. This is Willie's 22nd game in a row and his 17th start. He holds the All Star record. Many of them. Change up is hit high in the air into right center. Bobby Mercer going over, and it's Frank Robinson as the wind kept blowing the ball back to Robinson, taking it. I think Mercer got fooled by that wind, Tony.
Frank Robinson actually gave up on the ball. He thought Mercer had it all the way. Now they're getting their signal straightened out there. Here's the breaking pitch. Got a little bit in on the fists of Willie. A little bit late on the swing, going to right field. Mercer going hard, the ball drifting away. You saw Robbie gave up. He was looking at Mercer thinking he had it all the way. And then a couple of quick steps over to get it in right center field.
The All-Star game has not been Henry Aaron's bag. Ball 1, he's played in a lot of them. But he's hit only 175. He's had 10 hits, and they've all been singles. Tonight he wants his first extra base All-Star hit. Strike. Something else he wants is to break Babe Ruth's all-time home run record. He is 98 behind Babe Ruth. His knee holds up, but his health continues good. He might have a chance. One ball, 1 strike. You know, it's odd, Tony. He's 4th of all time in extra base hits in baseball, and he can't get an extra base hit in an All-Star game, as many as he's played in. 2 down, nobody on. 3rd inning, the National League ahead, 2-0. That one had something on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mentioned that bad knee of Henry Aaron. He's had fluid drained off the knee something like 8 times, he was telling me, since spring training. Puffs up, he's got to get out of the lineup. It starts hurting him too much.
A high fly ball, the wind carrying that one out. And it is gone in the upper deck. Henry Aaron gets his first extra base hit, his first All-Star homer, and 2 right-handed batters have hit home runs to the opposite field off Vida Blue.
Blue did not make a bad pitch, it didn't look like. The ball looked like it was almost by Henry. He just kind of waved at the ball, just flipped at it with those quick hands and arms of his. And the wind got hold of it and really pushed it out. See how far back that ball is on Aaron. Look at that. He didn't even have full extension on those arms. You could see those hands had not come through yet. Was not hitting the ball way out in front. Yet the wind got hold of it and carried it into the right field stands, the upper deck.
National League leading 3-0. Joe Torre popped up his first time. A strike to him. Anything hit in the air tonight to right. Watch out. 2 down, nobody on. Crowd still buzzing about Aaron's blow. Strike 2, a curve on the inside corner, 0-2.
Kurt Torrey's .350 batting average is even more amazing when you realize he does not have the kind of speed of either an Aaron or a Mays or a Matty Alou. He's got to really hit all of his balls hard and get clean base hits.
Curved him again and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Torrey. 2 down, bases empty.
See some of the National League defenses, not here today in the American League, but some of the defenses, the shortstop and third baseman play him way back on the grass. They know he cannot leg out too many hits.
1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a curveball. Vida Blue winds up his 3 innings with 3 strikeouts, but he gave up 2 homers. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2.5 innings, the National League 3, the American League nothing.
This car won at the rugged Baja 1000 without a single tire failure. What makes these tires so special? They're Sears steel belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. A city taxi racked up over 70,000 miles on 1 set of tires. What makes the tires so special? They're Sears steel belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. From a speed of 50 miles an hour, a car stops on wet pavement in 4.2 seconds. What makes these tires so special? They're Sears steel belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. Sears steel belted radials, probably the best automobile tires you'll ever drive. For ruggedness, for mileage, for all-round performance. Sears steel belted radial, only at Sears.
NBC Television estimates an audience of 58 million total viewers on its network of 218 television stations tonight. Game is going to be seen internationally tonight as well. Mexico, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Bermuda, and Canada, where English and French-speaking versions are aired. And the NBC Radio Network, over 200 stations carrying the game, and also Armed Forces Radio around the world to our men and women overseas. Lou Aparicio, the Red Sox, leads off in the last of the third. Doc Ellis's pitch is inside to him for a ball. Jim Palmer will come in and pitch the 4th inning for the American League. Reggie Jackson is on deck to bat for Vida Blue. A strike. That will leave the American League with 1 left-handed pinch hitter, and that is, if he bats left-handed, Don Buford, who's a switch hitter. The rest of the American League bench is right-handed. 1-1 to Aparicio. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a base hit by Aparicio. Marichal is still warming up for the National League. You see Willie Davis throwing down here, and Roberto Clemente.
Lee May, also Pat Corrales just warming up Willie Davis.
Reggie Jackson, Marichal still in the National League bullpen, batting .272 for Oakland. 17 homers. He's bounced back this year. 41 runs batted in. A fine all-around player. Good defensive outfielder, base runner, and thrower. And, of course, real power, especially for this ballpark, at the strike to him. Aparicio on first, nobody out. Went for the high, fast one and fouls it back, and Ellis quickly has him 2 strikes.
Aparicio on first base, but even at that, Willie McCovey with the National League ahead 3-0, not holding him on. He wants to protect that hole, take away some of the ground between Beckert and himself.
Two-strike count. Foul again.
Ellis throwing the ball right by Reggie Jackson. Ellis had been going with his slider off and on, throwing fastballs and some pretty hard ones. He's had arm trouble for the Pirates at times this year, but it usually occurs about the 6th or 7th inning when his arm starts tiring.
He hasn't pitched since last Tuesday. He's had 6 full days of rest. Pirates were rained out on Sunday when he was scheduled to pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reggie Jackson. Doc Ellis pitched a no-hitter at San Diego in June of 1970. He walked 8 in that game, hit a batter, and still pitched a no-hit, no-run game. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. That hit the transformer up there. A tremendous smash. Only 8 players have hit the ball over the roof there in Detroit. And Jackson nearly did it then out of the ballpark.
It's been done 13 times, Kurt. Norm Cash has done it the most, 4 times. Mantle has done it 3. Williams has done it. But that one was really a smash, more toward right center field. Longest ball ever to be hit out in that area was estimated at 560 feet by Norm Cash. What a smash.
Tony, remember the home run we saw him hit in Minnesota year before last? It measured 500 and some feet off the top of the scoreboard there in the Twin Stadium. Now it's 3-2. National League leading, and Rod Carew's the batter. It's a strike to him. Carew grounded out his first time up. 3 king-size home runs tonight so far. The evening's young, and the wind is just as strong. Ball 1, strike 1.
Kurt, I've seen 2 of Mickey's home runs in that area and 1 of Norm Cash's, but I've never seen anyone get out as quickly as that one did. And it looked like it was on the rise. It wasn't a high fly ball. It was going up.
1-1 pitch. Ball 2 to Carew. 2-1. 3 runs, 2 hits for the National League. Homers by Bench and Aaron. 2 runs, 3 hits for the American League. That's the 9th pinch hit home run in All-Star game history. The last one was back in 1962 by little Pete Runnels. Ball 3, who's now living outside Houston. There's Earl Weaver, the American League manager. Brooks Robinson pointing out. They're still pointing up at the spot where Jackson hit that drive. They can't believe it in the dugout.
It was big Frank Howard to your right of your screen, and he looked even in awe, and he said hit a hard one in this part.
Ball 4, and Rod Carew's on. Bobby Mercer singled up the middle his first time.
I can't get over the way that ball jumped out of here. I think they've had a stopwatch to see how long it took to get that distance.
They had perfect timing on it and everything behind it. One out. Nobody out. Let me check that. Carew's at first. Ball 1. 3 men in a row reach base now. Aparicio single. Reggie Jackson homered. Carew's walked. And it's 1-0 to Bobby Mercer. Two and nothing, and Ellis is struggling.
You know, he was really letting it out with the fastball on Reggie Jackson, and he had a couple of fastballs actually by Jackson. And then he tried to throw another one with a little extra on it, and Reggie Jackson's bat a little more quick that time, caught up with the ball.
If Jackson's drive had been between the stands and the light transformer, it would have sailed out of the ballpark. 2 balls and no strikes. A high pop up to the infield. Bud Harrelson coming in, giving way to Joe Torre, and Torre has to come all the way over by first base on the gallop to take it, the wind blowing it toward first. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Let's watch it again. Here's the Mercer swing. Pop-up that started off near third base. McCovey just gave up on the ball. Look at Harrelson, thinks he's got a shot. McCovey still hasn't moved. Harrelson saying, somebody come here, where are you? And Torre comes into the picture looking at McCovey.
Carl Yastrzemski grounded out to second his first time. He hits a high fly to left fielder Stargell. Harrelson going up. The wind holds it up. Look at that wind hold that ball up and left. Everything hit the right. Given a free ride. Balls it in the air to left. Ride. Balls it in the air to left are being held up. It's going to be tricky on pop-ups and fly balls tonight. As we said at the start of the broadcast, this 30-mile-an-hour wind will be a huge factor in this game. Now, Earl Weaver, the American League manager, talking to the home plate umpire, Frank Umont. Paul Pryor is the first base umpire of the National League. Jake O'Donnell umpiring at second. Umpiring at third is Doug Harvey of the National League. Don Denker is on the right field line, and Nick Colosi on the left field line. Rod Carew at first, 2 down. Frank Robinson up. He grounded to short his first time. A strike to him. National League ahead 3-2 in the last of the third. One and one. Covey holding against Carew. Runner going. Foul ball. They were playing hit and run.
Frank Robinson, seeing that runner breaking, saw the wide open hole as Glenn Beckert had left his position. Tried to shoot one through that area. A little bit late.
A 1-ball, 2-strike count to Frank Robinson. Carew at first, 2 down.
Like Frank is trying to take advantage of that wind. Like he was hitting late, trying to get the ball in the air.
He's got a drive deep to right field. That ball is going. It is gone. A home run.
Curtin, they talk about place hitting. I've got to believe that Frank Robinson, the last 2 swings, let's watch it again. Looks like he's definitely field. You can see that right elbow close to his body to prevent that barrel of that bat getting out too soon so he would not pull the ball. He actually placed the ball in that direction, which is pretty good hitting.
4 home runs tonight. Here's Norm Cash now. He struck out. 3 right-handed batters have hit the ball to right field for home runs. And Reggie Jackson, a towering drive. No swing. Johnny Bench has checked with somebody. Frank Umont said no. He didn't commit himself. Ball 1. And Norm Cash. You know, you look at Norm Cash, he doesn't appear too big or strong, but he's hit the ball over the right field roof here 4 times. He has a compact swing, and then he gets the right timing. Give it a long ride. 1 and 1.
Very short, very quick swing. With the bat, he has a little short stride. Really gets quick hip movement and hand movement at the last second into the ball.
The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 to him, 2 and 1. The American League has taken the lead 4-3. And like Vida Blue, Doc Ellis has given up very few home runs this year. He's allowed only 4 home runs in the first half of the season, but 2 in this inning. 2-2 to Norm Cash. The fans here now, Tony, they expect every swing to be a homer after they've seen 4 blasts in the first 3 innings. Two and 2 pitch coming up. Change up, dribbled foul.
You've got to believe every hitter up at the plate at this time with that wind blowing out is thinking bottom of the ball. Let me hit the bottom part so I can get it up in the air.
Most home runs ever hit in an All-Star game have been 6. In Detroit here in 1951, in Cleveland in 1954. We've had 4 already tonight. 2-2 count to Norm Cash. Strike 3. Slow breaking pitch. 4 runs for the American League on 3 hits, 2 homers. There were no errors. Nobody left. At the end of 3, it's the American League 4, the National League 3.
This man is shaving in a distortion mirror to test the Gillette Techmatic razor. No razor can guarantee it'll never cut you, but Techmatic is made to reduce the risk. Techmatic is lighter on your face. Techmatic has an adjustable cartridge and a razor band with no corners to cut you. In spite of the mirror, he got a good close shave without a nick or cut. Gillette Techmatic. It's tough on your beard, not on your face.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, let 'em pour, let 'em pour, pour the milk on top. Hear the roar, let 'em pour. We've got the whole wide world waking up to Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop, snap, crackle, pop, snap, crackle, pop.
Wake up on the rice side. Wake up with Kellogg's Rice Krispies for breakfast.
Let's join our roving man, Lindsey Nelson.
Well, not everybody's too excited down here. Sarah Lynn Seaver is sleeping very soundly. The daughter of Met pitcher and All-Star pitcher Tom Seaver and Nancy. How old is she, Nancy?
She's 4 months old.
She's been to Shea Stadium, I know.
Oh, yes, but I think she got a little overconfident about the National League lead here, and she fell asleep.
I see what you mean. Well, on my right is Mrs. Bud Harrelson. Her husband's the National League starting shortstop. That must please you.
Yes, it does very much. We're very happy.
And he's doing very well?
Yes, I'm waiting for his home run.
Fine, very much. Yvonne Harrelson and Nancy Seaver and Sarah Lynn. Now let's go back upstairs.
A strike to Willie Stargell delivered by the new American League pitcher Jim Palmer. Palmer's won 11 games, lost 4 with the Orioles. Appears to be headed for another 20-game season. Nothing in 2. Well, Stargell's seen those other balls sail out there to right field. He's taking dead aim now. The Orioles could have 4 20-game winners this year. McNally, Cuellar, Palmer, and now Pat Dobson's hot. He's won 7 in a row, and he has 10 victories. Valuable pickup for the Orioles when they got him in a trade from San Diego. Outside, 1-2. Palmer has outstanding velocity on his fastball. 3 or 4 years ago, he appeared to be washed up with arm and back miseries, but he bounced back. They throw down to first. I think it's a strike. Ball went back to the backstop. Stargell is out. It was strike 3. Skipped off the glove of Freehan, went to the backstop. Stargell thought the ball had tipped his bat. And so a strikeout for the pitcher, an assist for the catcher, and a put out for the first baseman. And Willie Stargell, the strikeout victim.
Here it is again. I think Freehan got crossed up. Let's see if it ticks the bat of Stargell. Freehan with a glove still low. See if he's looking for curveball. Curveball, it's not coming. And now the ball takes off fastball. He can't get his glove up. Stargell did go around. But I do believe, Kurt, you're right. He thought he had ticked the ball. He would get another chance. Freehan did not break, as you'll see quickly. Now there he went, got the ball, and threw Stargell out.
1 out, and Willie Stretch McCovey has struck out his first time. Ball 1 to him. The American League ahead 4-3 in the 4th inning. We'll watch Juan Marichal pitch for the National League in the bottom of this inning. Time called. No pitch.
Palmer is not only overpoweringly fast, Kurt. As we've seen, he has an excellent slider, a good snapping curveball, and changes speeds well. He just has all the pitches and pretty good control usually.
Blew that one right by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. They have this shift on for McCovey. 3 infielders on the right side, and the outfield swung around toward right. Again, 1 and 2. Palmer grew up in Los Angeles, attended high school in Scottsdale, Arizona. Lives now in Timonium, Maryland, a suburb of Baltimore. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McCovey. Inside, 2 and 2.
Kurt, you know, if you took a poll of National League pitchers and asked them who the most dangerous hitter in the National League is, there would be quite a few would not pick Mays, Aaron, Lee May, Bench. A lot would pick this fellow right here, McCovey.
3 and 2 count. I think you're right, Tony. Pitchers say he's just awesome looking when you have to face him from the mound. Three and 2 count. 1 out, nobody on. Ground ball drilled to second base. Rod Carew to Norm Cash, and there are 2 down. Johnny Bench smashed a home run in the upper deck in right center his first time. Bench not hitting for a high average this year, 250, but he has 18 homers. He has a weekly TV show now, and his guest, he came in here to tape it in Detroit yesterday, was Vida Blue. Gave Vida a home run for a feed. 2 down, nobody on. Nice host, wasn't he?
Oh, Johnny's been out of that Cincinnati lineup for about 6 or 7 days with that bad wrist. He's had it injected with cortisone, has a lot of contusion in the area, but didn't show on that last swing.
Another great stop by Brooks Robinson. What a pair of hands he's got. That ball was fine. Not too fast with his feet, but with his hands, that's something else again. Ralph Salvon, the Baltimore trainer, congratulates him. 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 3.5 innings, it's the American League 4 and the National League 3.
By far and away, it's 1971's best style new car. That's Car and Driver magazine talking about the beautiful new Dodge Charger. And when you can get the lowest price Charger hardtop with a special package of options like white walls, wheel covers, and get the Landau vinyl roof at no extra charge, well, you can't really afford to pass it up now, can you? Charger Topper at your Dodge dealers.
To the Equitable agent, no 2 people are alike.
Is there anyone else in the whole human race with your kind of style and your kind of grace?
No 2 people are exactly alike, and that's what the Equitable agent never forgets. All his training and thinking are shaped around you and your life insurance needs. To the Equitable agent,
there's nobody else exactly like you. Nobody else like you.
Well, Johnny Bench just went over to Brooks Robinson and said to him, what's going on? Is this the World Series all over again? We talked to Brooks about the defensive play in this All-Star game. Let's hear Brooks Robinson.
Well, Tony, this is a hitter's ballpark, and the wind's blowing pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a couple of outstanding plays that might win the ball game for one of the ball clubs.
And there you saw one.
And how many times when that man makes a great play in the field does he lead off for his team at bat? And here's Brooks Robinson, who grounded out his first time. Juan Marichal, 32 years old, is the new pitcher. Lee May has gone to first base. Willie Davis replaces Willie Mays in center field. Roberto Clemente replaces Henry Aaron in right field. 4 changes defensively for the National League. Ball one to Brooks Robinson. This is Marischal's 8th All-Star game, tying a record for a pitcher held by Jim Bunning and Don Drysdale. He's had a great record in All-Star competition, too. That'll be a foul ball into the seats. He has won 2 All-Star games, lost none. In 16 innings, he's allowed only 1 earned run and only 7 hits. You're looking at a real craftsman. Big leg kick, different speeds on his pitches, pinpoint control. 2-1. Watching this fella pitch, Tony, I don't know any major league pitcher who has more craftsmanship on the mound than he does.
Great ability to change speeds on all his pitches. Screwball, slider, curveball. Has a good fastball and can throw you by it, too.
See, he was in overhand, 3/4. Now he drops sidearm. 3-1, though. He's behind Brooks Robinson. Mike Cuellar, left-hander, starting to warm up in the American League bullpen. Fly ball to Willie Davis, backing up, plenty of room, 1 down. Mike Cuellar starting to loosen up. Bill Freehan has flied to left.
We have not as yet got the position in the batting order that Davis, Clemente, Marischal, and Lee May at first will be batting in for Sparky Anderson's National Leaguers.
One out, nobody on. Slow ball floating over. Strike 1 to Freehan. The American League ahead 4-3 in the last of the 4. If you just joined us, we've had 4 home runs already. Strike 2 to Freehan.
Get a chance from this center field camera shot. You'll see that Marischal does not use the middle part of the plate. 17 inches wide, but you'll see he's on that corner inch on each side of the plate, the little black line around it. He really works you over.
1-2 to Bill Freehan.
Let's watch this famous Marischal leg kick. That smooth delivery, confusing the hitter, hiding the ball, the glove, the leg coming at you, and then the arm over the top.
Got him a curve and just missed inside. 2-2. Marischal bouncing back this year. Last year had the virus and then incurred penicillin poisoning. It wasn't until the last half of the season that he had recovered and pitched to his old form. Sidearm pitch outside. 3-2. Marischal thought he had that one on the outside corner. He's won 10 and lost 5 this season with an earned run average of 2.75.
It's quite a surprise when you're up there hitting. You're looking for the ball to come over the top, trying to pick it up as quickly as possible. It doesn't come over the top. It comes from the side, and you don't pick it up for the first few feet.
Pop foul that Lee May is going for. 2 down. Lou Aparicio. Who has the lowest batting average in the All-Star game, 206. He started to hit better lately. He's a senior player for the American League at the age of 37. Jim Palmer will be on deck. 2 down, nobody on. Strike to Aparicio.
Heard a couple of weeks ago up in Boston, I know we talked to Louis Aparicio, and he felt that there's Palmer on deck. It's not he that deserves this position, but Belanger from Baltimore.
2 strikes.
Belanger finished, I think, 4th or 5th in the balloting. Cardenas was ahead of him, who's having a good year over at Minnesota.
2 down, nobody on. 2 strikes to Aparicio. Again, Marischal thought he had the pitch in. 1-2. 2-2. Notice how he works from one end of the rubber. And he'll move around. Right now he's working from the first base side of the rubber. Three and two, and Marichal, as I know to himself, Tony, questioned 4 or 5 of those pitches.
Well, I imagine it's not only difficult, I know it's difficult for a hitter to pick up Marichal's pitches, but the same holds true for that umpire. He's got to make the same quick decision as that hitter with the bat.
Off the pitcher's glove, he'll have plenty of time, though. Throws Aparicio out, and the American League's retired in the 4th. They had 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 4 innings, it's the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Playing football at Sagamore Hill meant playing with the president, Theodore Roosevelt. And that meant trying your hardest and getting all dirty and not being yelled at. To help preserve Sagamore Hill, we're painting it with Sears Best exterior latex. Because the house is right on Long Island Sound, it's important that Sears Best is climate formulated. We've tried to make a paint as tough as Teddy Roosevelt himself. Sears Best exterior latex for great American homes like yours.
Look at these hands. They're full of the same sludge that the wrong oil can build up in your engine. What's the right oil? The one that'll keep your engine running clean? This one. Trop Arctic from Phillips 66. To prove it, I'm going to clean that engine sludge from my hands with Trop Arctic and nothing else. And look, it works. Now, we don't recommend it for cleaning hands, but imagine what it does for your engine. Phillips Trop Arctic. At Phillips 66, it's performance that counts.
Now a word on behalf of Major League Baseball. The best entertainment in the country is still baseball. With the cost of virtually everything continuing to spiral upwards, baseball has done a great job of holding down the price of its tickets. In both the majors and the minors, the tickets are reasonably priced, and the show's the best in town. Where else can you so economically take your entire family for an evening of hot dogs, peanuts, pop, and just plain fun? We just got the changes. Clementi's going to hit number 1 in the National League lineup. Lee May 2nd. Willie Davis will bat 9th. Foul back, and Marichal will hit 5th. Len Beckert flied to center his first time. Jim Palmer working on his 2nd inning. Vida Blue pitched the first 3 innings. Gave up 3 runs, 2 hits, both homers. Rod Carew going for that ball. In time, Cash out of the dirt. 1 away.
The American League starting lineup is playing without 3 of those voted in by you fans. Boog Powell at first base with an injured wrist, a bone fracture. Oliva with a bad knee, and Fosse, the catcher, being replaced by Bill Freehand. Sam McDowell, also appointed to the pitching staff by Weaver, was replaced on the staff by Wilbur Wood of the White Sox. McDowell having some arm trouble.
Switch hitting Bud Harrelson flying to right his first time. We're in the top of the 5th inning. National League has 1 down, nobody on. 1-0 to Harrelson. The American League's ahead 4-3. And home plate umpire Umont's getting the National League players back in the dugout.
Can't win when you're an umpire. Frank says get him off the top step. In case the ball should come through there, they don't impede the progress or interfere with somebody coming over. And Sparky said, hey, we don't have any room. This is a big squad. Where am I going to put them? They want to watch the game too.
One ball, no strikes to Harrelson. 2-0 to him. Willie Davis on deck, batting number 9.
Buddy Harrelson has bluffed bunts twice, and he still can't believe that Brooks Robinson can stay that deep, but that's Robbie's style. Willie Davis on deck.
Foul away, 2-1.
Brooks has the ability to play a relatively deep third base position because he has so much confidence in his ability to charge the ball, get rid of the ball, and get that runner at first base. Even a fast runner like Willie Davis or Buddy Harrelson up at the plate.
Another foul down the left field line. 2-2 to Harrelson. I don't know what there is about Brooks Robinson. Every time he plays in a World Series or All-Star game, he always has tremendous game or games.
Earl Weaver, when we were sitting on the bench together as Brooks walked by, said, "Hey, Brooks, come on now, let's get up for this game. You never make the big play in the big game. When we need it, you never make it." Kind of kidding Brooks, and Brooks just smiled, and he's already made one great play.
2-2 to Bud Harrelson. One hopper to Aparicio. He makes it 2 down. Aparicio to Cash. And Willie Davis of the Dodgers coming up. This will be his first time at bat. He's second in his league in batting with a .350 average. He leads the National League in base hits, 126, in doubles and in triples. And this is his first All-Star game. They're almost putting a shift on for him. He changed his batting style, quit going for the long ball 2 seasons ago, and now has become one of the most productive hitters in the game. Has blazing speed going to first. Ball 1.
Got to wonder if he isn't going to change his batting style back to his old way, trying to pull the ball and hit the ball hard with that wind blowing out to right field. And the way some of those balls have jumped out of here tonight.
Line shot to right center. Mercer takes it on a hop. Willie Davis is on. We go to the top of the National League batting order. Roberto Clemente, who replaced Willie Mays in that spot, will be up for his first time. Clemente has been the hottest batter in the majors the last 3 weeks. He's hitting .461 in his last 20 games. He always looks like he got up out of bed on the wrong side, or he had a bad mattress. Always has a crick in his neck, and seems to be uncomfortable till he swings that bat. His seasonal average, .342. He's won 4 National League batting titles, and he's shooting for another this year. In Pittsburgh, they call him the Great One. And
Roberto can also take advantage of that right field short porch and the wind blowing out. He hits the right field very well.
Davis just getting back. American League ahead, 4-3. 2 down for the National. Strike. Ferguson Jenkins now starting to warm up in the National League bullpen. A right-hander, Jenkins. Number 31. And Sanguillen guarding him in case of a line drive. Palmer has a good quick throw over to first for a right-hander. Runner going. Foul ball back. National League playing hit and run.
You see the length of the strides on Willie Davis as he was going into second base. Oh, you're about 20 feet long. He doesn't accelerate quite as quickly as a Buddy Harrelson or a Maury Wills, Lou Brock. Once he gets underway, he's got to be the fastest person playing the game of baseball. Although the people in Atlanta will give you an argument and say, no, it's not Willie Davis, it's Ralph Garr.
2-strike pitch. 1-2 to Clemente. Lee May on deck. Will be hitting number 2 now for the National League. Strike 3 and a slow curve. Davis bluffed the dash, and Clemente is caught looking. No runs for the National League. 1 hit, there were no errors, 1 left. We've gone halfway, 4.5 innings. It's the American League 4, the National League 3.
The wet head is dead. The wet head is dead.
Now you don't have to use oil, creams, or even water on your hair. Long live the dry look. Introducing the dry look from Gillette. The dry way to control hair. Keeps it neat but dry. Keeps it looking clean, full, and natural, but dry. The wet head is dead.
Long live the dry look from Gillette.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Rico Carty.
I, Rico Carty.
Have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
I've switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
The blades with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves.
It's the platinum that does it, huh?
Just repeat the words, Rico, okay?
Okay.
Gillette Platinum Plus. Double edge or injector. Both with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves.
Now say save 20 cents on this package of Gillette Platinum Plus 15s. Offer good while supply lasts.
Save 20 cents? That's a good deal.
Big summer sports schedule on NBC. We'll have Monday Night Baseball, July 26th, August 16th, September 6th, the National Four-Ball Team Golf Championship, Saturday and Sunday, July 31st and August 1st. The World Series of Golf, Saturday and Sunday, September 11th and 12th. And preseason football, August 13th, 49ers in Miami, August 20th, Cleveland and Dallas, September 4th, the Cardinals and Kansas City Chiefs. All on NBC television. Massive Frank Howard hitting for Jim Palmer. Mike Cuellar will pitch for the American League in the 6th inning. Juan Marichal gets a strike to him. Howard for the Senators batting .294. 16 homers, 43 runs batted in. Strike 2. I asked Ted Williams once who hit the longest home runs he's ever seen, and he said Frank Howard. And he's gone from the era of Jimmy Fox right down to the present. Ball one. Ted would have loved to have seen that shot by Reggie Jackson up there in the light towers tonight. Howard has led the American League in home runs twice in the last 3 years. Two and two. This is a fellow that has 6 or 8 eggs for breakfast, a couple of steaks.
That's a starter, huh?
Just to warm up. 2 and 2 count. Bounding ball to second base. One away.
Well, Kurt, we've mentioned that over the right field fence, there have been 13 balls hit, but an even harder and more difficult task hitting them out of the ballpark in left field. Only 2 players have done that. Killebrew is one, and Frank Howard, who just grounded out, was the other.
We're at the top of the American League batting order now, and Rod Carew, who's grounded out and walked. He scored a run tonight. Bobby Mercer on deck. Ball one. The American League manager, Earl Weaver, said, I don't think we have as much power in there tonight, but I like fellas like Carew and Mercer, Yastrzemski, who can peck away and get on. Foul out of play.
Carew with good speed, a good bunter. Recall a couple of years ago, stole home quite a few times in one season under the influence of Billy Martin, then who was the manager of the Twins. Joe Torre, the third baseman for the National League, playing way in looking for the bunt.
Strike to him, 2 and 2. Speaking of Torrey, quite a testimony to him to start the All Star game now as 2 different positions. 4 times as a catcher, and tonight as a third baseman. Ball 3, and he's played first base too with the Braves and with the Cardinals. 3 and 2. Four to 3, the American League ahead. Last of the 5th inning. Marichal walks him. Marichal doesn't give up many walks. One of the great control pitchers in the game. Bobby Mercer has singled to center and popped to third.
Let's watch Torrey again in his get-ready position, and look how low he gets down. That may be a Clete Boyer influence that Torrey has picked up to help him get a better jump on the ball, get more spring, get that first good quick step.
One out. Carew at first, 4 to 3. American League leading, last of the 5th inning. Last time Carew was at first, Mercer at the bat. They sent Carew and had Mercer swinging. Let's see if they start him here in this series. Burning fastball for a strike.
Marichal with a little bit of a slow delivery to home plate with that high leg kick, but he has a good quick move to first, and some say it's almost a balk. He moves that front knee and almost leans toward home plate and then changes and go to first.
Off-speed pitch, took just a little off and had Mercer off his timing. 2 strikes to Bobby Mercer.
What motion he had on that one. Looked like the fastball for sure.
Here's a 2-strike pitch coming up to Mercer. Struck him out. First time Bobby Mercer's ever faced Marichal. 2 down. The Giants are trying to hold their lead in the National League West, and this man on the mound right now will be a key for them. See if they can hold on for their divisional title against the challenging Dodgers. Carl Yastrzemski is grounded out and popped up. Giants are 6 games ahead of the Dodgers. They at one stage led them by 11 or 12. Inside to Yastrzemski for a ball. The American League is warming up Cookie Rojas and Al Kaline in their bullpen. 1-1.
Marichal's really got the screwball going now. He threw 2 good ones to Mercer. Now a good one to Yastrzemski to hit that pitch. They're going to have to try to go to the opposite field. There's Rojas throwing in the American League.
2 down. Carew at first. 1-1 to Yastrzemski. American League out in front, 4-3 in the last of the 5th inning. All the runs coming from homers.
Marichal used to pitching with the wind blowing out to right field from Candlestick Park.
2-1. He has some kind of motions, doesn't he?
Changes speeds. He'll throw a quick screwball. And he'll throw a little slower one. Then you think you just about got it, and he really changes up, and it drops off the table.
2 balls and a strike. Foul back, 2-2.
Ferguson Jenkins warming up for the National League.
Next Saturday we'll be in Atlanta. Our game of the week, the Braves and the Dodgers, 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Remember, every Saturday we're on NBC television with a game of the week, a top major league game of that week. Usually it's Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time.
Get a chance to see that Dodger ball club. They had a hot streak, looked like they were going to catch those Giants, and then they went to Chicago. Cubs beat them 4 straight. Giants increased their lead.
The count to Yastrzemski is 2-2. Carew at first, 2 down. Ground ball to Beckert. Over to May, and that's all for the American League in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We've gone 5 innings in Detroit, and the scores, the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Got a bunch of change.
The American breakfast, no mistake, starts with sugar, milk, and Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
The breakfast of great Americans like Babe Ruth, the Bambino, the greatest slugger the game has ever known. Babe Ruth, a great American who started out many a morning on the American breakfast. Who knows what great American is eating the American breakfast now?
If there's a gun in your house and you're worried about accidents, let me tell you about a new kind of lock for it.
It's called the Master Gun Lock. It's a real lock. It covers the trigger so the gun can't shoot. And it'll fit almost any gun. Don't take a chance on an accident. Get a master gun lock and get some peace of mind.
We pause now for station identification.
With the aid of a computer, the men of Atom 12 strike to halt a crime wave Thursday night.